Meow, my friends. It seems the political cat-and-mouse game in Eastern Europe just got a lot more interesting. Slovakia's Prime Minister Robert Fico has decided to waltz into the Russian bear's den, and the rest of Europe is having kittens about it. On December 22nd, 2024, Fico jetted off to Moscow for a cosy chat with Vladimir Putin, becoming the first European Union leader to pay a visit since Russia decided Ukraine looked better, with tanks rolling through it. Now, you might be wondering why Fico's suddenly so keen on cozying up to Putin. Well, it turns out Slovakia's got a bit of a gas problem. You see, they've been getting their gas fix through Ukraine, but that pipeline's about to run dry faster than a catnip mouse at a feline convention. Ukraine's putting its paw down and saying "Niet" to renewing the gas transit agreement that expires on December 31st, 2024. Let's talk numbers for a second. Slovakia's been guzzling down about 12.67 billion cubic meters of Russian gas annually through Ukraine. But here's the kicker. They only use about 4.3 billion cubic meters themselves. The rest? Well, let's just say Slovakia's been making a pretty penny playing gas middleman. It's like they've been running a lucrative catnip distribution network, only to find out their suppliers cutting them off. But with Ukraine deciding it's had enough of being Russia's gas highway, Fico's suddenly found himself between a rock and a hard place. Or should I say, between a gas tank and an empty pipeline. He's practically purring about how Russia's still willing to keep the gas flowing westward, but the question is, at what cost? Fico's been quoted saying, "Russia has confirmed its readiness to supply gas to Slovakia even after 2024. It's like he's trying to convince us that the big bad wolf is really just a misunderstood puppy. Now, let's not forget who Fico is. This isn't his first rodeo, or should I say, his first time chasing the red dot of Russian energy. He served as Prime Minister multiple times since 2006, with his party, Direction Social Democracy, known for its pro-Russian leanings. It's like he's been playing a long game of diplomatic twister, with one paw always reaching towards Moscow. But Fico's Moscow field trip hasn't exactly gone down well with the rest of Europe. It's like he showed up to the EU's anti-Russian party wearing a "I Heart Putin" t-shirt. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy is practically hissing, accusing Fico of wanting to help Putin through gas payments. Zelenskyy's got a point. It's a bit like trying to put out a fire by throwing vodka on it, isn't it? Zelenskyy didn't mince words, saying, "Why is this leader so dependent on Moscow? What is being paid to him and what does he pay with?" Meow. That's some serious diplomatic scratching post-action right there. It's like Zelenskyy's calling Fico out for sneaking into the neighbour's yard to steal treats. But Fico's not backing down. He's been yowling about how Western sanctions against Russia are hurting Slovakia more than they're hurting Putin. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. It's like he's trying to convince us that the neighbourhood bully is actually just misunderstood and needs a hug. Good luck with that, buddy. Meanwhile, the rest of Europe is watching this drama unfold like it's the season finale of Real Housewives of Eastern Europe. Czech Foreign Minister Jan Lipavsky threw some serious shade, saying, "We worked hard to achieve independence from Russian energy to not have to grovel to a mass murderer." Ouch! That's like accusing your neighbour of cozying up to the dog that's been digging up everyone's gardens. And Lithuania's President Gitanas Nausėda? He's wondering aloud just how cheap Fico's love for Russia is. "How cheap is your love?" Nausėda quipped. "There are those who come to Russia with love and feel gassed to meet a war criminal. This is not Lithuania's way." Meow. That's some diplomatic catnip right there. It's like Nausėda's calling Fico out for being the neighbourhood cat that falls for any treat, no matter who's offering it. But let's not forget the bigger picture here. This isn't just about gas. It's about geopolitics, energy security, and the delicate balance of power in Eastern Europe. Fico's cozying up to Putin is like trying to pet a tiger. It might purr for a moment, but you're always one wrong move away from becoming dinner. The EU's been trying to wean itself off Russian gas faster than a kitten off milk. They've managed to cut Russian gas imports from 45% to 18%, turning instead to liquefied natural gas from places like the United States. It's like they're trying to switch from Russian blue to American shorthair, if you catch my drift. But for countries like Slovakia, Hungary and Austria, kicking the Russian gas habit isn't as easy as switching brands of kitty litter. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place, or should I say, between Putin's pipeline and a cold winter. It's like being caught between a Russian bear and a Ukrainian. Well, another bear. Slovakia's not completely out of options though. They've been toying with a short-term pilot contract to import gas from Azerbaijan. It's like they're speed dating other gas suppliers, hoping to find a new energy bow before winter hits. But here's the thing. Fico might think he's landed on his feet with this deal, but he could end up paying more than just the price of catnip. The economic implications for Slovakia could be serious. If they can't secure a new gas deal, prices could skyrocket faster than a cat up a Christmas tree. It's like Fico's playing Russian roulette with Slovakia's energy policy. Exciting, sure, but potentially disastrous. And let's talk about timing, shall we? Fico chose to visit Moscow just days before Christmas. Nothing says Merry Christmas quite like a cozy chat with Putin by the Kremlin fireplace. It's like he's auditioning for the role of the Grinch who stole Europe's energy security. Back home in Slovakia, Fico's Moscow escapade isn't exactly winning him any popularity contests. Opposition parties are sharpening their claws, accusing him of undermining EU solidarity and strengthening Russian influence. It's like he's the cat who came home smelling like the neighbour's dog. No one's buying his innocent act. In the grand scheme of things, Fico's diplomatic manoeuvring is a bit like a cat trying to catch its own tail. He might think he's being clever, but he's really just going in circles. The broader context of EU-Russia relations, particularly with the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, makes his actions seem even more misguided. It's like he's trying to make friends with the big dog while it's actively chewing up the neighbour's fence. So what's next in this high-stakes game of geopolitical cat and mouse? Will Fico's gamble pay off? Or will he find himself in the diplomatic doghouse? One thing's for sure, this story's got more twists and turns than a cat chasing a laser pointer. And speaking of chasing, if you've been following this tale of international intrigue, why not give us a like and subscribe? After all, in the fast-paced world of global politics, you don't want to be caught napping like a fat cat in the sun. So, my curious kittens, what do you think? Will Fico's Russian roulette with energy policy pay off? Or will it leave Slovakia out in the cold? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more perfectly delivered news. In the meantime, keep your eyes peeled and your ears pricked. In this game of cat and mouse between East and West, you never know who's going to pounce next. This is Ron de Parmesan, reminding you that in the world of international relations, it's not always the big cats who come out on top. Sometimes, it's the crafty little mousers who end up with the cream. Stay curious, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Ron de Parmesan, and this has been another News Cat special report.